not all of our past, current or future partners are going to integrate with MedicalDirector via one of the smart widgets, like the ones that we've taken you through today. And so our smart marketplace in general remains the number one place where any new or established organisation in the health ecosystem wants to come in order to have their feature or widget or application or platform, whatever it is, lit up by the reach of the Telstra Health portfolio. And so as the oldest partner program in the industry, and we believe the market leader in terms of the security and contractual hoops that we put our partners through in order to access sensitive health information, Smart Marketplace now becomes the single front door for partnerships with Telstra Health. And so today, we welcome one of our latest and greatest partners, Rehan Ahmad from HICAPS, who's going to take you through what our partnership with HICAPS means for you. Thank you, Rehan.
As I'm going over to the lectern, I might get everyone to stand up, just shake a little bit, get the blood circulating. So thank you to the Telstra Health and the MD team. You can sit down now. So the reason why I wanted you to do that was firstly to get the blood circulating, but also just to dislodge some of the prior information or knowledge you might have about HICAPS. So we are well known in the allied health area, and we are the number one payment platform there. But going forward, strategically, our priorities have grown, and that includes supporting GPs to have a viable alternative around payments and claiming to the status quo. And so we're very excited about partnering with MedicalDirector in this regard, but also NDIS. So I'm going to touch on a few of those things today. But just in terms of some background that people may not be aware of, so HICAPS was actually founded inside NAB, so National Australia Bank, that is. So it wasn't bought. It's a great Australian success story. We've been around for 25 years. And like I said, we've been dominating in that, connecting allied health practitioners through to the private health insurers. But today I'm going to give you that sort of broader landscape that we participate in. The whole goal for us is to make it really straightforward for practitioners like yourselves to get paid. And there's 4 different types of payment models, which we'll run through. But basically, you've got your Commonwealth funding schemes, your state-based recovery schemes, private health insurance, and obviously private billing. The whole goal is to reduce the time spent, the complexity, and the errors as it relates to getting paid. So why does it matter? It matters because how you and what you bill for affects who you can see, what's their experience as a patient coming through your practice, the cost of getting paid, and also the cash flow and working capital. So all of that goes into, and we know it's a hot topic at the moment, practice sustainability and growth. So I've got with me here our brand new terminal. So from our perspective, we've had the hardware to support the allied health industry for quite some time, but we're really excited about being able to support GPs and in the future specialists and others. So note, we're integrating into Praxsoft and Helix, but if you're interested in clinical, have a chat to the team about extending that. But in terms of what functionality we have, so this is our brand new terminal. It's, as you can see, it's wireless. It has a touchscreen, which you can see there, but also it has low visibility impairment capability. So, if you've got somebody who's got low visibility, no visibility, then they can actually still use our terminal, which is fantastic. We have 4G connectivity as well. So you've got Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and 4G. And we're all upgrading our phones. So wouldn't you want your practice payment technology to also upgrade and be there with the latest in terms of connectivity? There's over 8 hours battery life. And the sort of claims that you can put through our terminal include Medicare Easy Claim, overseas health cover. We've got full capability from Medicare for telehealth as well. And then depending on the state that you're in, we've got select work recovery schemes as well. You can claim from the private health insurers if you've got a multidisciplinary clinic, or you can also do co-payment. So we've got at very competitive rates, Amex, MasterCard, and Visa as well. So again, as people want to come in and pay for the private consultation, we can absolutely support you on that. Now, I know that funds flow is a hot topic for practices at the moment. So from our perspective, we are able to provide up to 25 different bank accounts to be supported with every terminal. So if you've got up to 25 different practitioners at a clinic, you can have them paid directly into their account through our terminal. We can also support surcharging as well, which is, again, something that practices are now starting to think about around, how do I make sure that I can monetize or get value for my service. We do have extensive reporting as well. We also have a digital portal, and these two products effectively work hand in hand in the sense of while we've got some capability in the terminal, things like DVA, we've also got some additional work recovery schemes that you can access via a portal. It's a very easy to use portal. It's not meant to substitute for a practice software, and ideally we want all of our partners to be able to access these through the PMS as well. But until that day, you've got a very simple single destination for effectively all your claiming needs. And going back to that earlier slide, if we want to be able to treat people in our cohort, and they might include, people who are migrants from overseas, retirees from the Defence Force, having that DVA overseas health cover becomes really relevant. What we're really excited about is our integrations with practice software, and I'll talk a little bit more specifically around Praxsoft and Helix as well. But the goal there is that rather than having to key in information into the terminal around who did I see, what's the amount, what's the item code, etc., that information comes straight from the practice software. Now, the advantage of that is at the front desk, it's a much simpler experience. People are in and out. I can see more patients. I don't need as many terminals. I don't need a terminal for every doctor. And the goal is that we minimize the errors, minimize the amount of time the front desk needs to spend processing a payment. And like I said, it doesn't matter which one of those it is. The goal is that we make it simple across all of it. In terms of our integration with Praxsoft, we've completed the build and our testing now around the co-payment, so that's a gap payment, and refunds and Medicare Easy Claim are earmarked for Q1 next year. So really excited about that. Helix, it will be commenced thereafter, and we're looking at adding that capability around refunds, Easy Claim as part of that, and then private health insurance will follow later in 2025. So like I said, so the focus is Praxsoft and Helix, but if they are, and I know that some of you may be NAB customers, some of you may already have a HICAPS terminal, but if this is something that's applicable to clinical as well, please do reach out and let us know because we're responding to customer demand. We will be at Wonka as well, so we'll be around for a little bit afterwards, so come and have a chat. We've got Chris and Ibrahim at the back there, so we'll be around to have a chat about what we're doing, but also, feel free to have a look at our dedicated web pages around either the claims portal, the terminal, what we're doing for GPs, and we'll have a chat to us when we're at Wonka. I think that's it. Thank you. So we are live testing that gap payment already. So it's just a question of developing the easy claim and the refunds. And like I said, Q1, we're very excited. And we know, look, from our perspective, we could get you going on the refund. But, to provide, and this is probably something I may not have emphasized, our goal is to provide you with a viable alternative. So we went out there, we said, we've got this capability, we're integrated, we're ready to go. And the feedback was, yep, I need these other two things to really, unlock and then lock into HICAPS to be able to, avail all those features. So we heard you, and I think that's been the theme, that we're all listening, and the response is that Q1, we're going to come back out and then be ready to go. Can you walk us through the process of performing a refund? That's part of what I'm hoping to do, that as soon as we've got into live testing, that we can pull our collateral together. So yes, absolutely, we'll have guides, we'll have all of that material ready. Have I got it? No, not now. But joys of technology, yeah, exactly. One thing I will just, while I've got the mic, is that, you're going to hear a lot about, if you haven't already, depending on your role, around this whole payroll tax, funds flow, etc. The one thing that I would just want to make sure everyone, just takes away is get advice. Don't just start acting. Know that you've got, parties out there who can support you implement that advice, but get advice. So it's not our remit to do that, but it's just something that, being a national business, we're seeing a lot of people talk about it, but question how much of that's, hearsay. As an example, WA, this is irrelevant, but yet they're still implementing changes going from centralised to decentralised because they're worried about this from a bigger picture. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your terminals limited to 25 users? If you have 2 terminals, do you get 50 users?
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay.
Exactly right. And that's part of the integration that we need to test to make sure how do we wire the relevant claims to the relevant doctor. Okay. So that's why, again, we haven't built the collateral yet because we want to get those use cases tested out and then build a collateral in the back of that.
Okay.
But exciting times.
We'd be looking forward to 50 user terminals at some point soon.
Well, we've got customers with hundreds of doctors, so we absolutely need to get that right.
Can I channel my inner customer and ask my HICAPS colleague, thank you, it's been awesome. Like, we have been looking forward to a HICAPS integration for years. I won't say what took you because that's an unfair comment, but we have been certainly looking forward to that. I'm presuming that we'll be able to use existing systems like, I dare say you're probably a dirty word in your world, Tyro, in conjunction with HICAPS. I mean, we've got a lot of practices using those systems now. Can they look at the ways can I have a HICAPS and a Tyro at the same terminal, then think about which one I like better and phase one out, bring one in? Is that something?
I mean, the good news is, and I know that we're over time, the good news is I think the way the standard contracts work these days, you can trial and there's always incentives. So you can try before you buy. But the goal is that we want to provide you an alternative. So, we want to make our experience better with newer technology, all the stuff that we talked about, access to overseas health cover, etc. And I think what we're hearing feedback is that, if you're happy, great. But if you're looking for an alternative, we want to be there and earn that right. So we know that we're a challenger and we want to be a bloody good one. Thank you.